There's a dog hair. There's a dog hair on my phone. It's stuck in my phone case. I got it. Hello everyone and welcome to the Hooked on Owls podcast, episode number 5. My name is Lacey and I come to you from Carroll, Michigan in the United States, where I live with my boyfriend, our 5 children, our dog, and our African gray parrot. Because we all like to mention our animals on podcasts for some reason. I mean, I guess they're part of the family. Whatever. Anyway, hello to anyone joining us for the first time, and thank you so much to any returning viewers and subscribers. I really appreciate all the likes and the comments and the words of encouragement. It's very, very wonderful to hear, so thank you. You can find me on Ravelry as Lacey1321. That's Lacey1321. We also have a Hooked on Owls podcast group. Just go search for Hooked on Owls and we're there. There's a couple people in there, but I'm the only one talking so far. So please join us because I'm very lonely in my Ravelry group. Come join me. On Instagram, where I am most, active. On Instagram, where I'm the most active, I am Hooked on Owls, all lowercase, one word. And you can easily find me on Facebook as Hooked on Owls, lowercase, one word as well. So last time I talked to you guys was technically before the new year, but I had the world's worst time uploading that podcast, so it didn't go up until New Year's Day. So I hope you guys are all having a wonderful new year so far. Mine started out crazy with my podcast. I had so many stupid issues, and it wasn't even the uploading to YouTube because that didn't take very long. It was, I had the most insane technical difficulties just trying to get it sent to my computer to upload because it takes like 2 days from my phone, but when I get it on my computer it only takes like an hour. But I could not get the file to send for whatever reason. I tried sending it through emails, through Facebook, through every other thing imaginable. I tried to download it directly from my phone to my computer and the file just like wouldn't even appear for some reason. Everything else did, but not that one. So I got frustrated and I said, forget it, I'll try again tomorrow, after hours, countless hours of trying to get it up that night. So after I had all those issues with trying to cast on the hat with the yarn tangling and all that, I was like, you know what, I need a project to just bring in the new year with, to clear my mind, to start fresh. So I wound up a cake of yarn that I had bought with a shopping trip I had gone on since I had talked to you. This beautiful yarn, Wonderland Yarns. I wound this up in like 15 minutes by using the back of a chair like everyone suggested. That worked very well. And I sat down and I cast this on with a pair of new needles that I was wanting. And I just rang in my new year, my New Year's Eve cast on. I think I like that better than my Christmas Eve cast on. Just bring in the new year by making something new, and it was actually working. Like everything, I didn't have any yarn tangles. I didn't hate the needles I was working with, so that made my New Year's very lovely to ring in. Kind of reminded me to breathe and everything was going to be okay. But I'll talk about this yarn in just a second. Actually, let's do it now. We'll do it in the spotlight because obviously this is what's in the spotlight tonight. So in the spotlight is my sock head slouch hat, which I said was my New Year's Eve cast on. It is made with, let me grab this. Wonderland yarns. I picked this up. I went on a shopping trip on the Saturday the Saturday after I last recorded. And I bought this with some of my gift certificate that I was given for Christmas. It is in the Tea Time. It says Tea Time color Earl Grey. Earl Grey. Oh, it washes me out so bad. Anyway, it is this gorgeous, just the light gray yarn, and it's got these pops of different shades of blue, very dark, almost black blue, and then there's like a navy blue and almost a royal blue right there. It is gorgeous, and look at the way this bad boy knits in these little stripes. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it so much, which is funny because I'm not a hat person. I say that wearing a hat. I do that a lot, don't I? I say I'm not this person and I'm wearing exactly what I say I'm not, but this is an exceptional hat. Like, I have realized I must be a slouchy hat person or a lightweight hat person, because after I made this, I wore it for 2 days. I'm not even kidding you. 2 days. I took it off to sleep, and that was pretty much it. I wear it every time I go out. This is my first superwash merino hat. It is 100% superwash merino, hand painted. And I'm really surprised at how, even though it's so thin and so lightweight, that cold Michigan winter wind does not really get through it. So I'm pretty much in love with it. Our weather's been insane lately. I'll get to that later. I'll tell you all about the craziness we got going on, but I think the slouch in it, I'll show you here. It's good. I went from the 9 down to the 7 inches worth of slouch, but it's got just enough that it gives me a little something back here, because when it's really super tight to my head, I think it looks really weird. So I don't ever wear hats. I just don't. But I have in love with this one, and there will be plenty more of them. I did do the full brim. You see? I did the full brim and rolled it up. I like the rolled edge. I think it looks real nice. I wear my hats way down here. Like everybody else is like, oh, I wear my hat way back here so my hair can come out. I don't. I like hide my eyebrows, which is sad because I did spend some time on those bad boys to hide them. Come back down. Anyway, I love my hat. The only downfall, well, I did get a pair of H.O.O sharps. They're on another project, so I'll have to show those to you later. With my gift card, I got a pair of H.O.O sharps, 15 inch, I believe it is. So I did get to use that for this, and it was like butter. It was so nice to knit. It was probably my favorite thing to work on. Actually, I was very monogamous with it. I used it for my Knit to Fit 2018. I did this, probably half of this bad boy on the treadmill. And then I used it for the One Skein Wonderland Cal, that Love Charlie Crochet podcast, or just the Love Charlie podcast. Love Charlie Crochet, Love Charlie podcast, one of the two. And the Crochet Circle, the Crochet Circle podcast. They are teaming up to do a One Skein Wonderland Cal. Check them out. They're both awesome. I freaking love Faye from the Crochet Circle. I could listen to her talk all day. Her little Scottish accent, I adore her. Love it. But I did put that in for this, so it was very nice to get one of my first cals done and out of the way. I'm very excited about that. There's going to be a lot. I have a list, and I have them written in my planner, so I'm doing way more than 2 other people's cals. I'm excited though. I got a new candle. It was on clearance at Walmart. And I got a new cup from Joann's. This is all part of my shopping trip that I did on Saturday that I'll tell you about at the end. We're going to do in our chit chat. We're going to call it a chit chat section. That's what we're doing now. We're going to chit chat at the end. But look at my cup. I'm sure you've seen it if you follow me on Instagram, because I adore it. It's been in a couple posts already. I got some salted caramel tea by Bigelow. It's pretty much the most amazing thing ever. I absolutely love it. So yeah, sockhead hat. Sockhead slouch hat, technically. I'm sure you've seen a million. Now you've seen a million and one. But mine is the best. Because, you know, it's mine. It is by Kelly McClure, if you did not know. McClure. Kelly McClure. So not only is my hat my spotlight tonight, it's also my first finished object. Because like I said, I cast it on New Year's after I had recorded last time. And I just finished it not that long ago. So the only problem I have with the hat is with it being 100% superwash merino, it does stretch out after I, what's that called? Words are escaping my brain today. That didn't even make sense. Blocking. Blocking, that's the word. So after blocking it, it's all nice and pretty and happy, and then after I put it on and wear it for a little bit, it stretches right out. And the more I wear it, the more it stretches out. So it's actually really, really loose, because I actually did knit it with a size 3, which is a little bit bigger than they recommend, but I have a big head. It's really, really comfortable, even though it's stretched out. It's not going to go anywhere. You see? It doesn't go anywhere. There's a blooper for you. But even though it's stretched out, it's not going to go anywhere. And I adore it. So I am probably going to have to block it just a little bit more than normal, because it does get a little flopsy if I don't. What can you do? And so obviously with that, we're jumping right into finished objects. Now I have quite a few. They're not here. I did a lot of things. I actually got a couple of commissions out of the way, and I got more commissions that I had to do like ASAP. So I made them. I actually forgot to picture 3 of them. Completely forgot. Now thankfully I do have some pictures of ones I had done previously, so I can insert a picture. They're not exactly the same, but you'll get the point. So first, obviously the hat, we did that one already. Next is the elephant hat and diaper set that we talked about previously. I'm pretty sure I mentioned I was making that for my cousin. I did finish that, and I shipped it off yesterday. So I'll insert that picture here. So this is a newborn hat and diaper cover set for a photo prop from my cousin. The gray is, I want to say it's just like a Walmart brand Mainstays, I think it's called, but it's actually really soft. And then the pinks are in just Red Heart Super Saver. I mean, the baby's going to wear it for 20 minutes to get her picture taken in it. And then she probably won't wear it again. It's nice and soft. I washed it. It is quite soft. At least it's washable is the main thing. So if she makes a mess on it, they can wash it and still keep it. And then my next finished object is one of the bobble beard beanies. Have you seen those bad boys? They're adorable. I've done a couple of them before. I actually learned my mistake. I had made some before, and the beard ended up always being huge, and I couldn't figure out why until I clicked further into the pattern, and I realized that the beard part itself of the beanie was supposed to be made from almost like a fingering weight, like a 2. I didn't realize this. It didn't say anywhere else. It just said yarn. So I think it said a specific kind of yarn, and I'd never used it, so I just assumed it looked kind of worsted. I did just do a basic half double crochet hat with that in a gray worsted, and then I did once I realized that, oh crap, I just dropped my buttons. So once I realized that it was supposed to be done with a 2, she had actually, the girl that requested it is my cousin's wife. She's like, well, she wanted it to match the baby's beard. Actually, it's the same baby that I did the turtle set for. But she wanted the beard to match Daddy, who's my cousin, wanted to match his beard, which is black and auburny red. So I had some of my black sock yarn, which is a 1. And I had this auburny crochet thread that I was given. I think this is one of the things Josh's grandma gave me in her 1980s D-stash of stuff. But I took these two and I put them together, and along with the beanie hat. I'm going to insert a picture so you can see it. But I don't have any baby dolls, and I don't have any little babies, and it was for a very, very tiny infant baby who's actually like almost 10 pounds probably, but for a baby. So the only thing I could put it on was my son's baby, which is his monkey. So you're about to see a monkey in a bearded beanie. Heads up. The beard pattern is on Ravelry, and it is by Ashley Prisbury. It's actually a really cute pattern. It makes an adorable hat as long as you follow the pattern properly and use the right size yarn for the beard. So next, I actually have 3 finished objects that are exactly the same, just different colors. These are the ones I didn't take pictures of. They're the spring bean cowls, and that is by Rebecca Langford on Ravelry. The bean stitch cowl, it's been everywhere. It's been all over Facebook, on all the crochet addicted pages and all that kind of stuff. So I did 3 of them in the mandala, the Lionbird mandala yarn, which is like that one there. I've done a lot of projects in that so far, but I did 3. I did one in the serpent, which is the yellow, gray, white, and tan. One in the unicorn, which is the pink, white, gray, a little bit purple. And one in the genie, which is like gray, white, and this gorgeous tealy blue. So I did all 3 of those. I'll insert, I have a picture of the serpent and the unicorn that I did previously. So I'll insert those pictures real quick to show you. They're pretty much exactly the same, just not the exact same one. And then I took another picture that I had posted on Instagram for the genie colorway, so you can see that. So we'll pop those up here. So those are all my finished objects. Well, not quite. I don't have any H.O.Os today, but I have from H.O.O to faux. Yes, we went from H.O.O to faux. Like, I feel like that's like a Pretty Woman kind of story thing going on. That was like a dad joke. Anyway, from H.O.O to faux. H.O.O to faux. I don't have half these things here. I'm sorry. I'm just going to show you a bunch of pictures today. I hope you don't mind. H.O.O to faux first object would be a Patriots hat. It was like a crochet graph style. This was before I started knitting, or I probably would have just learned how to knit color work at this point. Josh's brother had asked me to make him a Patriots hat. And I started it like last year. It was last year before the Super Bowl when they were gonna go. And I'll just show you a picture. You see all those ends? I didn't want to tie those in. And it was a tight fitting hat as is, so I couldn't line it, so I had to tie them in. So Yarn Hoarder podcast came on the one day. It was a Wednesday, because I was doing what I call Whip It Out Wednesday, when I take an old whip and I finish it up. Whip it out. I don't know. Whip It Out Wednesday project. Yarn Hoarder podcast was on, so I sat down. It was like a 2-hour one. Sat down and just tied in all those darn ends. I was done. I just wanted it out of my house. I was sick of seeing it sitting there taunting me and everybody going, when are you going to get Bobby his hat? So I gave it to him like yesterday, I think, maybe day before. It fits him, he likes it. I'm just glad it's done. Here it is done. And then my second H.O.O, I can show you. And I'm excited, I'm disappointed, but I'm excited, and I'll tell you why. If I can tell you which one's which here. My witch's brew socks. So here was the first one that I had done. I kind of blocked them. I washed them and laid them flat to dry because I don't have any blockers yet. I will have someday. Here's my first one. Sock. All nice and blocked and pretty. Here's my second one. Now the problem with my second one is you can't see because it's so dark. Look at that. I did them on the exact same needle. I did, I promise. I did them on the same needle, and there's something in it. I did them on the exact same needle, but my gauge is different. I don't know if I was just getting more comfortable or if because I had waited so long in between them or what the deal is, but my gauge is different. So this one is a bit tighter, the second sock. Not only is it a bit tighter, but when I was doing the toe, I was watching the latest episode of Vikings and just barely skimmed over the pad under the toe because I'm like, I remember how to do that. It's just decrease, knit, decrease, knit. No, the first couple rows are decrease, knit, knit, decrease, knit, knit. And I did decrease, knit, decrease, knit. So I'm about, I think it was 3 rows, two rows, maybe 3 rows short. It's not bad. My stitches, it's black, so I know you can't see this, but I'll try. You can kind of see it. My stitches turned out, maybe if I do this. There, you can kind of see better. My stitches turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with the way they turned out looking. And even my Kitchener turned out pretty good. Let me see if I can do this again. This is really hard to navigate when you're like looking at it. There we go. Look at my pretty Kitchener. Ooh. So I was very proud of that. Let's see if I can reset my lighting here. Oh! There we go. But I do have a pair of socks that's washed and blacked, and I love the colors, and I can wear them even though one's a little bit tight. I was saying the other one was too loose and the other one's too tight. Gotta find a happy medium. But they're done, and I'm gonna put them on my feet right now because my feet are cold. This is happening. It's the first time I've been able to wear them, like actually wear them. Ooh. They match my shirt too. They match my shirt. They do. Oh, those are nice. I love them. I'm so excited. Wearing my socks. We'll move on. I'm gonna drink my tea before it gets cold. Go lay down, Luna. It's already cold. Come here. Come here. Get up here. This is Luna. Can you say hi, Luna? Can you say hi, you stinky brat? Look it. Look it. Say hi. Hi, Luna. Okay, go lay down. Oh, you cow. Oh. Go lay down. Go get on the bed. Okay, so that's all we have for faux and hose to faux. So that was a lot of finished objects. We got my hat finished, my witch's brew sock was finished because I mean, I just put them on. I was way up. I think I was on like the 3rd stripe, so I was way up above the heel last time I showed you. So I did that whole bottom part of that foot. Finished the hat, finished the 3 bean stitch cowls, the elephant set, and the bob beard. It's really not bad. It's not everything I wanted to do or have cast on, but it's not bad. Whips, works in progress. I only have one. I tried to start like 3 other ones today, and the needles I had were driving me nuts, and everything just, nothing was working out. So I think I was just frustrated. We had, what I got, 5, 6 kids here today, and it was a snow day because our weather is insane. But we had 6 kids here today hanging out, and we put the boys into toddler beds. And it's been, I have to sit in there with them or they're just going to get up and run around and play. So I've spent nap times and bedtimes sitting in the room with the boys, waiting for them to fall asleep. And at night, it's just too dark. I can't even knit. I can't do anything. I have to sit there and try not to fall asleep while I wait for them to fall asleep. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating trying to get them to stay in their beds and actually go to sleep and lay down. And kids on a snow day when they're cooped up inside because it's nasty outside. None of my other projects I tried to cast on today were working out. So I have one. It's been, again, kind of a therapy knit. It's another sockhead hat because I love it. With the colors of this one, I kind of consider this more like a fall-winter. So after the fiasco with my previous attempt at the sockhead hat, once I bought my new H.O.O sharp needles, I'm doing it again. And look at this. Let's see if I can get that. You see those colors? You guys, this H.O.O sock yarn is amazing. It's amazing. I love it. This one has the nylon in it. It is the Superwash Merino Nylon Blend. Actually, I think it has something else in it too. Hold on. Nope, it's just the Superwash and the, here it is, H.O.O sock. Superwash and nylon. But it's got, I think this will have a lot more bounce back, so I don't think it's going to stay as stretched out and wonky as this one. But I actually took this one with me on a trip for when I went out on Tuesday, and I'll talk about that at the end of the chit chat. But I've got this much of the ribbing done so far, and I'm very, very excited. This is going to be like a spring, kind of like a spring summer one, because I've realized how much I love these. I actually have a lot of clothes these colors, so I'm probably going to wear it a lot. A lot. Look at my little charm. Isn't that whale adorable? Don't tell me it's not, because you'd be lying. But these H.O.O sharps, I love them. Again, they make my projects so much better. When I tried to do this with another pair of needles, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I do switch out at the end and do a magic loop for the closure, which is fine. It's not so bad then, but love it. I could do this all day. So that's going to be my new walking whip when I walk on the treadmill. My hashtag walking whip, I call it, for my hashtag knit to fit 2018. Hashtag walking whip. Those are my 2 hashtags for these projects lately, other than the One Skein Wonderland. So what's on deck? Up next we have, I've got a unicorn and a fox order for some amigurumi that I'll be working on to bust those out. And then the Wool Needles Hands podcast by Taylor, the amazing Taylor who runs Fiber for the People yarn. Her podcast, Wool Needles Hands, they're doing, she just announced on her last one, a year of hats, Cal. And after I recently decided I love hats, I'm doing those. Every month she's doing a different hat project, and she has it written out, and I wrote them in my planner, and I'm doing them. And this month is a pom-pom hat. So I have a couple ideas for a pom-pom hat, which work out perfectly because it's a commercial yarn, so I can enter it in the Stranded podcast for her commercial yarn along. Yay. And then it's also a One Skein project, so I can enter that one in the One Skein Wonderland as well. I actually tried to cast that one on today, and I was, maybe I'll try again tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, I should probably work on the fox and unicorn first, but we'll see. So I am going to do that hat. I think the next month was a knit for the opposite gender. So I might do something for Josh or Bryce or somebody for that. I'm really excited though. And then I also want to do a pair of mittens, and I might make them to match the yarn I'm planning on using for the hat. I'm going to make them for Abigail. I want to make her a hat and a mitten set. And the mittens I want to do, I was talking to Tiffany and my sister about this. I saw them somewhere. It's just a basic knit mitten pattern, but the thumb they put in a different color. This, like, this part here was white. They put the thumb in a different color, and then this part here was kind of like rainbowed. And what they did was this white part they embroidered like a eye and a smile on, and it was a unicorn with a horn. They put like a horn color up here and a unicorn face here, and then they attached rainbow yarn here to make like a mane coming down, and then the rainbow yarn on the wrist. So I've got this yarn. I'll show you in my stash enhancement, which there's a ton of because I had all those gift certificates, so prepare yourself. But I think I want to make a matching set to go with a hat for Abigail. I think that'd be amazing. I'll show you that yarn here in just a minute. Other than that, I also want to do, Leo and Abby, no, Abby and Bryce. Bryce just got a DS for Christmas because the other two already have them. And I made a Nintendo DS, or a cover. I crocheted a cover for Leo for his birthday this year, and it's like a Pokeball style. So both Bryce and Abby have asked me to make them each their own cover to keep their DSs in, because their DSs are both the same color. So they're each getting a custom ordered DS cover for theirs to keep them separated so they know whose is whose. And another thing I have planned, I have a lot of stuff planned. I still want to do my Isla wrap. I actually want to do a sweater, which I bought yarn for, but I don't know the pattern that I'm going to do yet. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas. I'll tell you how much yardage and everything I have, and we'll discuss it. But one thing I do definitely have planned, which I'm going to let myself cast on after I do the unicorn and the fox, I think, is I want to do another pair of socks, my next pair of socks. I should probably finish my Hermione sock. I haven't even started the second one. It's sitting in a bag waiting to go. Maybe I should make myself do that first because I want to use the same needle. But I want to use this self-striping yarn. Now, we're going to call this my, what did I say? This is going to be my something scary and new, because I'm still new to knitting. And there's a lot of things I haven't done in crochet yet even. So we're going to do a lot of scary and new things, I've decided. Because, like, socks scared me. But I did them, and it wasn't that hard. Because the heels scared me. Everything about it scared me. And then once I realized, once I do it, and it's not that hard, it makes me want to do things that scare me. So, in my something new and scary, we're going to do a sock, which doesn't sound new and scary, but it is. Because I'm going to take this yarn, and I'm going to take this yarn, probably once I finish my hat. This is going to be my heels, cuffs, and toes, because I have just enough of this to do a shorty sock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do toe up, starting with this. And I'm going to break this in half so I know how much I have of each. And I'm going to go round and round and round and do the measurements. And I'm going to insert some scrap yarn. And I'm going to do an afterthought heel. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's happening. I'm not going to do a true afterthought heel. I'm going to do a scrap yarn heel just to make myself feel a little more at ease. But I watched some videos. I want to say it was the New Leaf podcast. I watched one of her tutorials. So this is going to be my next pair of socks I do. I might do my Hermione's one first, but these are happening. I'm so excited. Obviously I have to finish my hat first, so maybe I will do my Hermione's until I'm done with this hat. Won't that look awesome though, for a heel, cuff, and toe, and then a striped sock? It's gonna be so freaking awesome. Can you tell I really love these colors? You know, I didn't think I liked pink, but then I realized I wear a lot of purple, teal, black, gray, and I wear a lot of pink. like coral pink and bright pink. I don't think I like pink, but I've been buying a lot of pink, like mauvey pinks though, not like bubblegum pink really. Kind of different. I'm so excited. My daughter asked me to make her a pair of socks out of this. I was gonna make them for me, but Abby asked me to make her a pair. How can you say no when your daughter asks you to make her a pair of socks? It's happening. So you can expect those to happen at some point too. Very exciting. Okay, I think we're gonna go into stash next. And then we'll do our random chit-chatting and we'll wrap her up. So I better hurry, I got like 20 minutes left. Okay, stash. So the Saturday after my last podcast, I left the boys with Josh. They were the only ones home. And I took off for the day. And I left Josh to take care of the boys. And it was amazing. He was so great. He didn't call or text once to bug me and ask where I was. I was gone all day. Like I left at noon. I put the boys down or gave them lunch and then I left. And I went over to Bay City. And my first stop was A Piece of You. Piece of You. Because they were closing at 3. So I had to go there first. And I had my gift certificate from Christmas. So I did buy this one. Like I said, I cast that one on because I loved it. This is my first time actually using it. And it is really nice to work with. Now knowing that it does stretch out, it doesn't keep its shape very well. I'm not sure what I'm gonna end up doing with the rest of this. I might make another hat out of it for somebody else, maybe for the boys because I don't have a whole lot left. Maybe I'll save it for eventually doing like my own, cozy memories blanket, or I'm making a mess out of it, or put it into like a fade shawl or something that's not gonna get a lot of wear and tear. Like I'm not gonna put this into socks. That's not happening. It wouldn't hold up very well. Okay. And then while I was there, I also, I forgot to talk about something. We'll talk about it in a minute. I also picked up this gorgeous, see if I can focus on it. There we go. This gorgeous Wonderland yarn. This lighting though. There we go. That looks pretty good. It's a little more greeny. Let me see. I picked it up to go with, to go with this gorgeous baby. See how they match? I should get a true light picture on these. That's pretty close right there. So, I've had this one for a while. I think it was one of the first things I talked about. So I picked up this one finally to go with it. This is called Wells of Fancy. Now this one is also the superwash, 100% superwash merino, as is this one, which is the same as this. They're all from the same company, the same base, same everything. And knowing, after having worked with this, knowing how this is going to behave, this is definitely going to be a shawl. I haven't decided which one. I was going to do Mini Madness, and I've completely changed my mind. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's just being saved at this point. I will be working on it at some point when I get to it, but it's gonna be a pretty shawl. This one does work up almost fairly solid. There's not a whole lot of white in it compared to some yarns, but it's pretty. So that was my other part from there. And then my high sharp needles came from there as well. They just started carrying some project bags, which is really exciting because I don't have a whole lot of those, so I might have to go. They're having a trunk show like this weekend through the week, I believe. I might have to see if I can sneak up there and check out the trunk show because I need some project bags. I have like my little Walmart first project bags, and then I got a bag at Joann's when I was there, so whatever, we figured out. Anyway, that's all I got from there. Then after I left there, I took a drive up. It's actually just a couple blocks, really, I think. Went over to a place called Cops and Donuts. Pictures. And it was amazing. Wait. Freaking, those donuts were so good. I had the Long John's Berry and Creams are my absolute favorite. And then they had this like Almond Joy one and the raspberry one. Oh, it was so good. I got like a half dozen, brought them home and shared them with Josh over a couple days, whatever. They were delicious. After that, made a beeline to, when I was crossing the bridge, the amount of ice fishermen out was absurd. It was insane. I'll show you a picture of that too. That too. Went over to Saginaw, got my, I went to get an oil change, but it was ridiculous. But there was a guy there that looked just like Kit Harington with short hair. Hilarious. If you ever are in Saginaw getting an oil change at the Alcera Auto Plaza or whatever it's called, maybe. I don't remember. But the dude looked like Kit Harington. Hilarious. I almost asked him for a picture, but I'm not that brave. After that, beeline over to Joann's. I got into Joann's, oh my gosh, probably 3:45. Had to be 3:45. I didn't leave there till like 6 o'clock, a little after 6 o'clock. I was there forever. They had deals out the wazoo because it was before New Year's. So they were like doing like a stock sale, I guess you call it. I don't even know. I guess we'll just dive right in. Remember I was talking about a sweaters quantity? You see those pretty colors back there? These. I got Woolies just for the ease of being able to wash it. And I worked with it before for my fire pit mitts, and I really enjoyed it. It's quite soft. I like the way it blocks up. Just worsted. This is the dark rose heather, and this is the rose heather. So I do have two colors. This is actually coming out a little more vibrant than it really is. It's a little bit lighter. Let me see if I can adjust. There we go. It looks more like that. I think I got 5 of the dark and 3 of the light. Only because 5 was all I had. So they each have 197 yards. So I think I roughly figured like I have, 1,500? I don't even know. And I've looked at many sweater patterns over the last little bit, trying to figure out what I'm going to make. I have a couple saved. I still don't have a clue. I want to do something fairly simple, but I don't want to do basic. Like, I don't want to do basic. I want to do something special. Obviously, I'm going to have to like stripe it. So I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe like a basic raglan or like a boat neck or something, and then do like a 3/4 sleeve and like stripe it somehow. I don't know. I haven't decided. If you have any ideas, throw them at me. Shoot me a message on Ravelry or comment below. Let me know what you're thinking might work for these beautiful colors. I do like these colors. Kind of mauve-y. Tiffany from the Woolen Homestead. She's actually making a mauve sweater too. So maybe once we get our sweaters done, Tiffany will have to like get together and take a picture and be mauve twinsies. That'd be ridiculous. Maybe we'll do it anyway. I also grabbed some big twist yarns because the sale on these was amazing. This is just 100% acrylic, but things I can use to make like the twins things because they're the same, but they're different. It is quite soft. It's easy to work with. Just a worsted weight. Nothing too special. I can either use them in an amigurumi project, or I can make, you know, the twins mittens or hats, or one of the older kids mittens or hats or something out of it. I also picked up this just because I really loved the colors of it. I thought it was awesome. This is what I'm going to use, I think, for Abby's gloves and hat. It is Premier Yarns. It's an anti-pilling yarn. There we go, look at that. And supposedly, I believe it's supposed to kind of stripe like that with like little designs in it. I'm not 100% sure, but the colors are awesome. Look at those colors. Yeah, how cool is that? Super fun. So Abby loves blues and purples and pinks and all that. So I think this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to do either her whole hat in it, or I might do like the brim of a hat and a palm in this with like a white to match, or maybe not white, maybe I'll do pink or something to match the gloves. Put this as like the main color. I don't know. We'll see. It might just be mittens. It might just be a hat. It's going to be something though. And Abby's already called this one. I also grabbed, on recommendation of Tiffany, because I was going to use one of the big twist yarns, I grabbed this to make the anchor hat for Leo out of. More woolies, because it does block nice. But it is still washable. This one's got some really cool, it's hard to see. If I can focus. Maybe. See that? Can you see that? Little hairs and stuff. Like little black and beigey kind of tan. It's called Wheat colorway. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take like some of the gray that I got left over to do the anchors with eventually when I get brave enough to try color work. Gosh, every time I hold something up, that lighting goes, whoa, it's like magic. It's just like magic. I'm in the right mood tonight. Also, I got this lovely bag. That happens. Picked that up from Joann's. And with that, it is full of something you guys are going to love, because I'm going to do some giveaways with it. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of these little balls. I'm not going to do them all for one giveaway. But you know what? We hit 50 subs, and I'm almost at 200, which I know my numbers are low still, but we're growing. We're getting there. 200 for Instagram. So I want to do a little giveaway. I haven't decided which ones to give away yet. But here are, this is a Premier Home cotton yarn, 100% cotton. And we have a light pink, which is called Bubblegum. Nope, that's not even the light pink. This is like the speckled one, Bubblegum. Oh gosh, what's the Creative Grandma? She gives these away all the time. And I saw them at Joann's, so I picked up a bunch, and I figured I'll probably keep one for myself, but I'm going to give some away. Look at that one. We have the pastel pink. This one I believe is called Flamingo Splash. This is my favorite, and they only had one. I might keep it for me. Depends on how much I love you guys. It's called Fruity Speckle. It's got purple. This one is called Tangerine Splash. And then there was one blue one that I grabbed for you guys, and this one is called Turquoise. Maybe I'll keep that one for myself. We'll see. It's actually a little bit lighter than that. It's kind of hard to see. It's a little more tealy than as blue as it looks. But I'm probably going to give away like 4 of them. It is going to be just US because that's all I can afford right at this moment. So go over to Ravelry, and I'm going to have a post up with a picture of the 4. We're going to do 4 of them because that's a good package. You can get quite a few face scrubbers or washcloths or whatever out of that. go over to Ravelry and leave us a comment. I'll have a prompt for a question. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but leave it in there and we'll do our first giveaway because I want to. I also picked up some, technically I'm going to call them stitch markers. They're just charms. But I picked up some charms. I got an owl, and then I got this little like nautical set. It's got turtle, anchor, shell, seahorse. And then I picked up these other charms that I turned into, some of them I turned into stitch markers, but they're just little pretty gems. These ones are just going to be like a progress keeper. And then these ones I put stitch marker things on. So I got those two. And that's all I got. Oh, I did get some faux fur because I wanted to try and make some pom-poms. This thing is gigantic. Look at this bad boy. And I don't think I'll ever use that one. I made a smaller one, but it's still a little wild and woolly. Somewhere I made another one. I can't find it. And it turned out a lot better, so I'll probably be using that one at some point. I also took an adventure and I hand dyed that yarn, finally, that Barocco alpaca. Alpaca. I did this with Kool-Aid. Can you believe that this was done with Kool-Aid, you guys? It still smells a little grapey. Just a little. But look how pretty my yarn turned out. I am so happy with the colors of this. The purple actually turned out like a mulberry purple. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen this, but I'm very excited to use that. It's probably going to be a one skein project because I'll never be able to replicate it, but it's very soft and very pretty. I'm probably going to make some sort of spring kind of shawl out of that. Now, God, I'm still running out of time. Chit chat real quick. Tuesday, I picked up my sister, left the kids home again. I don't know how I managed to do this, but I left the kids home again Tuesday, picked up my sister, and we went over to Midland. We went over to the Lock coffee shop where we met up with Tiffany from the Woolen Homestead. When we got there, my sister and I grabbed our coffees, sat down, and I took a picture of my coffee. Here's my coffee. And then I moved and my knee hit the table and I spilled mine and my sister's coffee everywhere. And then Tiffany got there and I was cleaning up a mess and it was ridiculous. And her and I got to talking so much that we both completely forgot to vlog or take pictures or anything. There's a hair on my lip. But I was able to purchase 2 skeins of yarn from her and they're amazing. Here's her little tag. Isn't that precious? This one is her hoarfrost. And I think she said Ethan dyed both of these, her husband. Which, good on her for having a husband that can dye yarn. I need to teach Josh that trick. And this one is their new color, Stormy Night. And these are going to be an amazing 2 skein project. I have no idea what, but I'm doing something with them. I love them. After that, my sister and I went over to Maru, the sushi shop, sushi restaurant over there in Midland by the Dow, and my friend Sarah was there. It was her birthday, so I took her out for sushi. My dog is driving me nuts. She's not happy. But I took her out for sushi, and she officially asked me to be her maid of honor, so that was very exciting. But here's some pictures of our sushi and our dessert that we had. But it was a really fun day. We had so much fun, just a nice girls' day out with my sister and 2 other amazing women. It was so great to finally meet Tiffany. I say finally, like we've been talking forever, but I've only talked to her a couple times. But we connected. Like it was so much fun to hang out and just talk with her. There was ridiculous amounts of laughter, and it was great. Maybe next time we'll actually remember to take pictures or a video or something she can vlog. I don't know, but it was a lot of fun. I look forward to doing it again. The only thing I said I was going to talk about before I forget real quick, our weather has been insane. I'm going to show this picture. It's not my picture. I found it on Facebook. I'll try and credit whoever it was if I can find it again, but look at this picture. Look at this picture. This was literally the last 3 days in Michigan. It was snow, and then it jumped up to 54 degrees. And then it froze after raining all day, and we had a whole bunch of snowfall again. Kids didn't have school, obviously. Yesterday we went out and went for a walk in sweaters. Welcome to Michigan. But that's going to wrap me up for today. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Make sure you're using your hashtags. Feel free to like, subscribe, go over to the Ravelry section, join in that giveaway. Show me your projects. Get in some of those Ravelry threads I got open. See what we got going on over there, but join in. Have fun with me. My dog has to pee. So I'm going to go. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Joining us for the first time today, and a big thank you to any returning viewers and subscribers. My chair just farted. I got these armrests and I just want to lean on them and then it makes me hunch. Let's not do that. Last time. Hello. And we're obviously jumping in to finish, obviously.